Here's our reaction to 2 scenes from season 5 of The Chosen.
They are intense and uncomfortable.
Let's go.
So have fun.
Zebediah, if we can find the humility to lay aside our differences during this significant moment, I think we can both soberly admit the attitudes of our congregations are no longer directed by us.
I have cause enough to lay blame at the feet of Hillel sympathizers.
To what end? We have a common problem. Jesus, the Nazarene, operates entirely outside our jurisdiction, dismissive of tradition and precedent. He pushes the people's attitudes toward an uncharted realm of thought, alien to both our interpretations of Torah. The time for unity is now.
Yes.
I hereby motion to open the floor for proposals that can be agreed upon and presented to the high priest for immediate authorization.
I have documented Jesus' actions, teachings,
Shmuel!
and rumors of signs longer than anyone.
Objection. I have witnessed as much as Shmuel.
Woo!
They're dueling.
Throw down.
Oh, man.
Shmuel versus Yussif.
It kind of makes me sad, though.
I know, right? It's like exciting and sad all at the same time.
Oh.
You know what I just remembered? There's this prophecy at Yeshua's, right after his circumcision, I think it's Simeon that says he will cause the rise and fall of many in Israel.
Yeah.
And that's like, my mind just flashed to that.
Wow.
Seeing it like play out in the Sanhedrin, right? Because it's divisive,
Wow.
and some are like yes, and some are like no.
Mm-hmm.
Woo! Wow, it's intense.
Same day in Capernaum. Sustained.
I said documented, not merely witnessed. And what have you done about it?
Actionable proposals, gentlemen.
The matter of the ghost of Bethany. The preposterous notion that Jesus the Nazarene called forth from the tomb a man 4 days dead and decaying, raised to life. The witnesses are few, but vocal.
What is so odious to you about the resurrection?
That's what I was thinking. What's wrong with
Right.
a resurrection? How is that?
Unless Shmuel's a Sadducee, but I don't think he is.
But even if he was,
Right.
it's like, how is that a punishable offense or
Right.
something? Like,
No.
Because you resurrected someone?
No. Yeah.
Kangaroo court.
Exactly.
What affront does this present to God's law? Torah only requires 2 or 3 male witnesses of sound mind and body.
Once again, you misunderstand me, Rabbi. I myself have witnessed his signs, most of them harmless. But such wonders also cloud people's judgment and may be part of his strategy to distract for his true purpose. That is what has ultimately led to this emergency meeting.
Why wasn't the meeting called immediately upon learning of the resurrection? Maybe something has happened to cloud people's judgment.
The rumor now has a stranglehold on the people who are convinced he is the anointed one.
If they believe he can raise the dead, why wouldn't they assume he is Messiah?
Precisely. People believe
Good question.
Lazarus died and was resurrected by Jesus. In reality, it was an elaborately constructed hoax.
Lazarus' death certificate was
The
registered.
man hid in a tomb until his childhood friend called for him to be
Registered
murdered.
with the city of Bethany's municipal coroner, signed by a notary.
Who's to say the coroner wasn't
It's
part of the
notarized.
hoax?
Me.
A shock to no one, Yussif.
It's getting tense.
I'm sweating just watching.
Wow.
Tragically, Jesus has now forced us into a situation where to protect our people, we must consider drastic measures. If the people are following a man falsely claiming he raised Lazarus from death, we make sure he's dead.
Now the issue is being
Oh, so they're talking about
suggesting
Lazarus.
murder, Shmuel?
I have always taken seriously the lives of our own, and I would never suggest such an act without extreme cause. But from the 3rd book of Moses, whoever blasphemes the name of the Lord shall surely be put to death. All the congregation shall stone him.
This goes too far, Shmuel. Lazarus is a faithful Jew.
It is written in the 2nd book of Moses, you shall keep the Sabbath, for it is holy for you. Everyone who profanes it shall be put to death. Whoever does any work on it, that soul shall be cut off from his people.
Jesus is the one accused of these violations. not Lazarus.
But Jesus has committed these infractions, and the only reason you're not holding him accountable is because you're entranced with the idea he has divine powers to raise the dead.
Let's put it to a vote. Scribes, ready the ballots.
Yes, I agree, let's vote.
Woo! This doesn't even make sense though. So he's saying that he should be murdered
Right.
because he was raised
from the dead. Yeah.
That doesn't make any sense.
For sure.
Right.
Which, I mean, right after his resurrection, in John 11, right after it, they're making plans to put Lazarus to death.
Right.
And it's crazy.
Right.
It's crazy.
Yeah, it says it in the text.
Yeah.
Right. But it's like it doesn't. They're trying to come up with something.
It doesn't jive. Like it's like there's no real reason why they could say, yeah, he deserves the capital punishment.
And Yussif's calling him out on it.
Right.
But you should be blaming Yeshua then. Not Lazarus.
Exactly. And I think I'm liking and not liking Shmuel here.
No, I'm not liking him at all. What do you mean?
No, I'm saying the way he's playing this part is that he's kind of crazy.
Yeah. He seems a little demonized.
Right, exactly.
Yeah,
like he's got this like crazy edge to him now. And it's like, whoa, you're kind of off now. It's like, what is going on? So yeah, obviously there was some gnarly stuff going on in the spirit in the Sanhedrin for sure. And so there was definitely demonic influence there.
Yeah, it's an antichrist spirit.
Exactly.
Right?
So and Shmuel is participating with it.
Yeah.
We'll say that to the least. So
Who believes in Holy Scripture and who believes in a Nazarene?
Right, stop.
Wow. It's super intense. Who believes in the Holy Scripture and who believes in the Nazarene?
Talk about a setup question, right?
That is a bad question. that's such a satanic question.
Yeah, absolutely.
Right? He is the Word, right?
Right.
In the beginning was the Word, and the Word was with God, and the Word was God. I am the law of Moses. Remember that one?
Yeah.
Wow, that's a divide. Talk about division, right?
Yeah. And they're talking about unity too.
I hate that. I hate that.
You're talking about like, let's come together and let's unify around this. And it's like line in the sand.
Right.
Oof.
Yeah, that's where, sometimes Yeshua will say he comes to divide.
Yep.
But he also comes to unify.
Right.
But dividing means the sheep and the goats,
Exactly.
right? The light and the dark, the good, the evil. And it's like, man, you're starting to see it here. Oof.
I mean, you can't unify with the demonic.
That's true. Well, you can.
Yeah.
But that ain't right.
That ain't right.
That's not good for you.
Right.
Not going to go well for you.
Woo, man. Like, yeah, that was intense.
That was
It
intense.
was super intense.
Man.
Wow.
Of all scenes to show, right? That's like another cringe one.
It is. But it's good to kind of feel the nasty, gnarly craziness behind the setup to the crucifixion of Jesus.
Right.
Like there was so much going on behind the scenes that we don't even know about, like fully. And man, that made you feel
right.
Oh man.
Well, I think season 5 is going to be difficult to watch.
I think so. Yeah.
I mean, I think the rest of the seasons are going to be difficult to watch because we've had the miracles and oh, this is so great. He's doing all these amazing things, and you are the Messiah, the Son of the living God. And now it's yeah, we all know where this is going.
We do, and even like the character of Shmuel, like you've kind of gone on this roller coaster with him, and for a moment, back a couple seasons ago, I was kind of like, yay,
right,
and it's like.
That's why this is going to get so hard. It reminds me of the Band of Brothers, where you like, it's so hard because you get to know the characters over several hours. Well, that's how The Chosen is, right?
For sure.
We got to know Shmuel.
For sure.
So we're like, no,
for him.
What are you doing?
No,
come on.
No.
But it's part of it. I mean, these were real people, right? You just don't get to know them when you're reading the text. I mean, Shmuel's not technically in there, but
Right.
he's in there, right?
Exactly. He's like an example of
Right.
the Sanhedrin and what was going on in there. So man, gonna be good, gonna be intense.
Something does not smell right with this. Partner with us by donating to our nonprofit ministry and become a Grafted ambassador.
You'll get access to even more content, be able to join our monthly Zoom call, and you'll even get some Grafted swag.
So click on the link in the description below.
Shalom. Judas. I hope I'm not interrupting anything. Is this a bad time? I didn't know you were here, but I've been hoping to speak to you.
John has kept my secret. Would you like to sit?
Yes. Very much, thank you.
Please.
I'm nervous.
I am too.
Well. So we've arrived at the critical moment.
There have been so many.
It's like nothing's happened, and we're
And
both
I'm
like,
Why do I feel like I'm gonna throw up? We haven't even started yet.
oh.
It's just the two of them. This is like this conversation I don't want to take place.
I know, right?
Oh, okay.
The flowers are great. The scenery's great. I don't want to listen.
All of Israel has gathered in one place, ready to crown you king. The popularity amongst them has never been greater. Rome is sitting on its hands, hoping this will all blow over. And they may even be delighted by what you said about taxes.
I see.
But it's going to be easy for your adversaries in the temple to weaponize what you said about the taxes and spread ill will amongst the people like a disease, and everything will deteriorate rapidly. The window of opportunity is closing, even as we speak.
Sounds like you have some ideas.
You called each of us for a reason. I've been a successful businessman in the past, and I've experience with human persuasion. So I can tell when a deal is on the verge of closing or losing big. It is a knife's edge.
Ugh. First of all, he's so wrong,
Right.
but it says in the text that Satan entered him,
Right. That's what I was thinking about it too.
right?
Mm.
And he's starting to shaking here. It just reminds me, he's like, and also reminds me of how Satan didn't see what was going to happen.
Right. No, correct.
You know?
Yeah.
He didn't know that he was going to be able to resurrect from the dead,
Right.
And conquer the grave, and you know, it says that he hid it from him. Even the principalities and powers didn't know.
Right.
Right. So,
Yeah, and just the way they're portraying this as like a business deal or like
Right.
it's like, it's just so gross. I kind of like Jesus' stance here. Like just the way his body language is. It's kind of like, go on, like you're not getting it. You know what I mean? Like you just don't get it. So but it's just uncomfortable.
And so to adopt your language for a moment, what is the deal you're proposing I close?
Reclaimed your birthright.
Oh.
You are the Messiah, the son of David. And the people are so convinced they're singing songs in your name. It's time.
Oh man, this is like the temptation in the wilderness.
It's exactly what I was thinking.
It feels
exactly what I was thinking.
Reclaim your birthright.
Yeah.
Like take the kingdom now. Right.
If you just bow to me, all this will be yours. It's like overlapping language.
Oh man, it's so hard to like see the personification of Satan in Judas.
Right.
It's
It's gross. It's sad. It's all of the above.
I guess what's really, really hard to think about is like this actually happened.
Right.
I mean, not this exact conversation or whatever, but this happened. It's like a
this degradation. Like you see it happen to Judas over time, and then eventually ends in I'm gonna betray you.
Right.
Because you're not who I thought I was. Or you're not who I thought you were. You know? It just ends in that. Ugh.
And if I don't do whatever big thing you've imagined I should do at this time, will you still believe?
I'm hearing something, and I'm wondering if it's intentional. What I hear in the background in the music is like a bag of money. Can you hear that?
I didn't even catch it.
Like the clank of change in the background. I don't know if that... I'm guessing it's intentional.
I'm sure it is.
But it's like...
Wow.
Here it is.
Wow.
It's coming. His betrayal for money is coming.
Wow.
Oh, man. That's like... that to me, that's good writing. Good job. But it's also just hard to watch and hard to listen to. So
that's painful.
So... okay, let's keep going.
Will you still believe?
Of course I will.
Then why are you suggesting that you know better than I do what should be the next best course of action?
Look, I trust you. Do you trust me?
What sort of question is that?
You believe I have something to offer this group? Yes?
I do.
Then why won't you take my advice? Am I not here to help you?
I've never asked you for your advice.
Then what am I here for? If I am no use to your kingdom, then I am nothing.
You have a choice to make, Judas.
I'm listening.
Who you belong to. Who has your heart. I want it. And I've had it before. You followed me willingly.
I want to continue. There's nothing more than I want than that.
Then I will pray for you. But for now, please leave me in peace.
Brother Rabbi,
Please.
Thank you for your time, Rabbi.
That was weird. He was saying, in some sense, it's about belonging in his heart.
Right.
And what he was, at least what they were bringing out was that Judas was saying, well, that his belonging has to do with like what he does.
Right. What he has to offer.
Right.
Yeah.
And Yeshua was saying, no,
I want your heart.
You just belong.
Right.
It's like you're just part of the family. It's not you can become born again and become a part of the family, And it's not because of something that you've done or that you've earned it or something like that. And it's like he's struggling with that. And he's just saying, but that doesn't matter. Ouch.
And I like the portrayal there of like, you have a choice. There's a choice to be made. And I think the grief that Yeshua shows here, I mean, it had to be real, like this is one of his close ones, right? Like this is one of his boys, and
one of the 12.
Exactly. And it's like, man, that's loss. That's loss. Betrayal is loss. And I mean, he just sees it coming. It's like, and it's intense. It's heavy. It's gross. Oh, wow.
Yeah, he's presenting it like he was a part of the family.
Right.
And he had given him his heart.
Right.
And that now he's
followed me willingly.
Choosing to not be a part of the family.
Right. For sure.
It's going to be good.
It's going to be hard to watch.
Yeah. Partner with us by donating to our nonprofit ministry and become a Grafted ambassador.
You'll get access to even more content, be able to join our monthly Zoom call, and you'll even get some Grafted swag.
So click on the link in the description below.
Immersive experience.
Okay, are you ready?
I mean, I was... Ow.
React. Dance,
monkey.